Hello everyone, I welcome to you in the digital fashion design zone. This is Mr. Ubaid and today I came to you with very essential topics. It would be very much helpful and supportive for the students of the fashion design and the entrepreneurs who ever want to develop their businesses in the field of fashion design and manufacturing. The main purpose of this exploration is to understand the various aspects of the modernization and the impacts of the computer-aided design into the fashion world. Here we will give you the brief forecasting on future of CAD and excellent revolutionaries of virtual reality and augmented reality softwares into the fashion world. Modernization in CAD continuously bringing the quality and accuracy for fashion industries. In this tutorial, all the above mentioned topics has been discussed so that a student, potential entrepreneur, marketing personnels will expert with the latest knowledge and about the application of the computer-aided design and its modernized impact into the fashion world. So let's have a look. So before the involvement of the computer, the designer was using the traditional method of design. Some fashion industries is still using the traditional method of design, which are as follows. The drafting method of the pattern design. So drafting is the system of drawing patterns on paper by hand with the help of the manual drafting tools such as pencil, paper, compasses, T-squares, stencils, parallel rulers, and other manual tools for drawing sketches to express their designs. Hand drafting and draping is much more tactile. This is also called as 2D methods of the manual design. Second one was the draping methods of the pattern design. In this method, the technique used to make a three-dimensional trace pattern with the aid of a trace form figure by pinning and placing fabric against the form to create a garment. Typically, designers use muslin, which is cost efficient and offered in a variety of fits. These methods are time consuming because pattern drafting and draping involves in making the templates pattern and it requires testing before the design scene. It consumes a lot of time. It requires a great expertise because there are various types of fabrics, texture, and how they work. It will require a great expertise and knowledges to draft and drape of patterns that work perfectly with the nature of the fabric. It requires special tools and materials, which makes it more expensive. It does not always ensure a perfect fit, especially in drafting techniques. Unless a test has conducted before the pattern has drafted out on fabric, drafts from pattern drafting do not always ensure perfect fit. You must have a dress form separately for all sizes and shapes. The main concern is the size and the shape of the subject. It is necessary to pair the form to copy the shape of the subject as closely as possible. The designer were eager to sort out all the following problems in the design method. To improve the great tool to the design profession, to produce design with the high accuracy, to reduce the chance of error, the design should be easily saved and preserved for future use and reference. To transform an idea of design into visual form, information modeling of prototypes, database and template creation, to digitize manual drafting patterns, to modify and save in computer. To overcome all the above requirements of the design methods, to solve the above-mentioned drawbacks of the traditional methods, the computer-aided design has been evolved magnetically. Today, the process of design is dominated by the computer-aided design because software tools used in the design phase can automate the repetitive calculation and drawing tasks, helping to find the new design solutions and provide a high degree of accuracy. The design can easily be saved and preserved for future use and reference. The design can be transformed into a visual form. It can digitize manual drafted patterns into soft copy to modify and save in computer. This development makes the design process faster, clearer, and more effective. That's why nowadays the design professionals are more comfortable in CAD design in comparison to the manual design. Because of the advancement in features, the computer is dominating the fashion industries in these days. So now let us discuss what is the fashion product design. The fashion product design is the complete process of planning and creation of the product to bring new fashionable product into the market. As a process, product design refers to the activities used to create a new product. This involves several stages such as fashion forecasting, conceptualization, transformation, fabric selection, trim selection, color selection, range planning, and style selection, detailing, feasibility study, and many more. It generally begins with the identification of a problem to be solved. Designers will then define the objective they wish to meet by creating their new product and establish the parameters within which they will work. Following these initial phases, designers then brainstorm idea to create original concept. In this first ideation phase, all ideas are welcome, helping to generate innovative responses to problems. A few promising concepts are then selected from this pool of ideas, and designers flesh them out more fully and start creating drawings. Traditionally, designers sketched their idea about using a pencil paper, but today CAD, computer-aided design, is most often the tool of choice. One or more of the concepts will then selected, and following numerous revision will go on to the prototyping phase. This is relatively self-exploratory. Prototype versions of a product are created, helping bring to light any issues with the physical product. Once designers have ironed out these remaining issues, the product goes through a final prototyping stage, which represents what the finished product will look like. Finally, the model is ready to be produced. The beginnings of the CAD in fashion design. Initially, the fashion designers were creating the standard patterns by hand, and then with the help of the manual digitizer, transforming all the detailed parameters of these standard patterns into the computer as a soft copy to do the future modification. They were using the digitizing table with a special mouse to traverse the outline of the patterns one point at a time. The digitizing mouse having various buttons for inputting a different types of point to the CAD or CAM program that runs on the computer which is linked to the digitizer. The following consideration required by the digitizing persons to perform the accurate digitizing. Uses attention and experience. Before starting to digitize, user must ensure that the digitizer is calibrated. Patterns must be fixed on the table surface using adhesive tapes and then removed. This method of digitizing is still having several disadvantages. Probably the most important aspect is speed. Digitizing is slow since it has done manually, one point at a time, and also due to usage of adhesive tapes. Users lose considerable amount of time, especially when there are many patterns to digitize in one batch, and such batches are repeated often. Because of the above disadvantages in manual digitizing, the new innovations came into the existence, that is the automated high-speed digitizing process. In this system of digitizing, you can digitize multiple patterns together, and the process is typically faster than the digitizing manually. Once the patterns are digitized, users can easily edit and grade them. This process automatically detects notches, grain lines, internal lines, drill holes, and the other entire part of the parameters. CAD in fashion design today. Modernization in CAD continuously bringing the quality and accuracy to the pattern making process for fashion companies. Previously, designers considered of working with the 2D draft or even 3D blueprint. Now, product designers create 3D solid models whose virtual properties can be refined to match those of the intended finished object. Designers can then use CAD software to perform analyze on their virtual model without needing to create a physical prototype first. This gives them the ability to test how their design will react to heat, pressure, physical stress, and other conditions. CAD software, therefore, no longer simply a high-tech replacement for traditional paper drawings. Instead, it is helping to augment designers' capabilities by providing new methods of drafting and analysis that would have previously been impossible. Not only that, but CAD also enables designers to create new pieces quickly with a high degree of mathematical accuracy. Additionally, CAD has given designers the power to easily modify their work and has dramatically sped up the design process. Which fashion CAD software should use by the designer? This consideration is also very important. There is the wide variety of programs available into the market to fulfill the requirements of the product design. In this section, I will introduce you the few of the most prominent fashion design softwares. Number 1, for example, Gerber Akuma software. There are the following subdivisional sections in the softwares, as you can see here. Akuma. In this section of the software, the designer can perform smart pattern design, grading, mark making, and production planning work. It helps to accelerate the productivity and minimize the time consumption. Second one is the Akuma 3D. In this section of the Gerber Akuma software, you can visualize the designed samples and can investigate its fitting from different points of views in an easiest process. It enables the designers to visualize the creative vision, accelerate the design process, and promote global collaborations so that designer could be able to improve the developing process by coming up with the new designs and head for innovations. Next one is the Akuma made to measure. In this section of the Gerber Akuma software, you can do the solution for tailors and manufacturers of custom clothing according to the specifications provided or selected by the buyers. With the true automation from pattern modification to order creation, which helps you to deliver the perfectly fitting garments in record time. Next one is the Akuma Nest. In this section of the Gerber Akuma software, you can dramatically accelerate the marker making process with the automated high-speed nesting techniques and reduces costs by analyzing multiple nesting solutions and delivering the highest material utilization with the minimal wastage of material. Next one is the Plan. This section of Gerber Akuma software will provide newest spread and cut planning tools. Leverages. It includes marker libraries and database to generate cost-effective spread and cut plan. Plan is easy to use and more powerful than EasyPlan. Next one is the Scan. This is a high-speed automated digitizing process which converts a hard pattern pieces into digital files. This software model uses a high-definition digital camera to input pattern pieces into the Akuma system. This Gerber Akuma software provides the best visibility to the fashion designer. Next, the most leading softwares into the fashion world is Screenblue. Clue 3D softwares. This is the most important software essential especially for the digital modeling purpose. This software having the advanced 3D modeling tools for the designers that are most simple and convenient to use. It is actively used by numerous companies throughout the world. Here, I want to explore you the essential principles of this software. It provides the most effective tools for the high level of visualization to the pattern design and its rendering to provide the originality to the intended product. This software having the multiple great options, few of them has been mentioned below. 3D simulation tools. With the help of this tool, designer can visualize the exact replica of the product before its manufacturing to satisfy the buyer's demands. Next one is the layering tools. This tools offers the option of creation, modification, and visualization to the inner and interfacing and outer layers of the garments. Design tools. It displays the option to create the patterns of the garments according to the provided measurements. Added sewing and tacking tools. It yields the quick temporary stitches creation and modification option for the patterns to simulate it onto the avatar. Print layout tools. It has the best arrangement of application of the visual elements of the garments with the import option of the multiple fabric prints. Fit checks. It yields the best option to check the outfit of the garment and its modification. Next one is the animation runway. This has a special option for digital platform to demonstrate the designed garments by the animated models. The software is just one example of a growing trend. CAD is moving beyond the bounds of the traditional screen and moving into visual, virtual and augmented reality also. Now let us discuss about the multiple CAD softwares to design the fashion production. Nowadays, CAD software is so universal that most of the products have been designed by using it. CAD now dominates all over the field. If talking about the fashion, which are as follows. Garments design. There are multiple softwares available into the market for the garment design purpose. Few of them are as follows. Gerber, Akuma, Electra, CAD, Optitex. There are the numerous softwares available into the market for the footwear design purposes. Few of them are as follows. Shoemaker, Shoemaster, Procam, Roman CAD, etc. There are the numerous softwares available into the market for the jewelry design purpose. Few of them are as follows. Jewelry CAD Dream, Matrix Gold, 3D Design, Reno Gold, 6, and Vice Jam, and Libo CAD and Sketchup. The future of CAD in fashion design. The CAD software has already impacted upon the field of the fashion design in countless ways. There are still developments going on in this field. The future of CAD looks to contribute even more innovations with the new ways to create and share. We can expect these changes to have major outcome for the world of product design. Here are following forecasted impact on CAD. The CAD on common workstation. Traditional fashion design process have generally been serial in nature, each step taking place after another. However, modern businesses are moving away from this model. Today, fashion product design is becoming increasingly common, with the team working on tasks simultaneously and often from varied locations. As this way of working increases in prevalence, even today's standard desktop CAD software will begin to become increasingly outdated. The rise of cloud-based CAD, which offers many of the same abilities as today's traditional CAD software, but runs in a browser, supplying cloud services through an application and is updated on a remote server. Cloud software allows you to use the extra computing power of the cloud for in-depth tasks. Working in browser rather than at a fixed workstation means that user can work from any location. Teams can work on a project concurrently, and the tasks can be completed much more efficiently. This means that team members can provide near instant feedback and work in a much more collaborative way. One by one, this can stamp out any issues with a design quickly and help foster innovation. Now let us discuss about the application of the virtual reality and augmented reality softwares in modernized fashion world. Virtual reality. It is the tool for prototyping, the alternative design and development in the fashion industry. The main advantages of moving into virtual reality is that the designers can view their models in 3 dimensions and from a number of different angles. Virtual reality offer a much more realistic perspective of how a product will look in a physical space. An additional benefit to using such programs is that it takes the assumption or guesswork out of creating an object. You can see the development of your product as you create it in real time. In some virtual reality program, creating new product can be as simple as virtually or pushing and stretching it into the existence. Stretching it in some virtual reality programs. Creating a new product can be as simple as pulling, pushing, stretching it into existence. Sequentially, this means that more people than ever will be able to enter the field of product design, helping to increase the pace of innovation and regularizing the industry. This technology is widely spreading and actively applying in many industries. Despite its relatively high price, and not so long ago, virtual reality just going to enter into the world of design and tailoring. The uniqueness of virtual reality is that it creates the apparel from a customer's perspective. The customers can not only take a look at a future garment, but also they can see on what occasion should wear it. Virtual reality is a powerful tool able to boost designers' campaign and turn their marketing to a whole new level. If you want to create your own brand with the new collections having in your mind, you can gather a small group of people and can easily design using virtual reality. This device creates prints, patterns, alter the construction, add some decorative elements, and perform numerous other actions to create the desired collection. Virtual reality, like augmented reality, offers a high level of customization, and people can participate in adding changes to the design, which is great from marketing and customers' engagement perspective. Also, it is more money-saving approach since before buying materials and starting the production, you can save a lot of capital investing it to the traditional method of design by purchasing too much fabric or other things. You will buy only the things you need and in a necessary amount without producing waste. Augmented reality. Now, when the whole world gets more connected to the internet, people want to be able to get garment produced by a company from abroad. It would not be possible in traditional method of fashion design. Because let's take a fitting. A person cannot go to the designer or tailor too many times. This is inconvenient and also cost effective and time consuming. That's why many companies initiated the development of their own custom tool for tailors. Augmented reality technology provides the best solution to perform all crucial measurements by scanning their body using a smartphone. Then this data can be transmitted to the device of a tailor, and he will use it to construct a garment and make it suitable for a certain body type. Speaking about augmented reality, it is key factors to mention that offers clothing making companies a lot of advantages. You can create clothes for people with the different body types. Suppose if you are making the garments for the team of cricket players, rather than taking the measurements of each team member separately and manually, you can use an augmented reality application and do it much faster. The app will scan the body of a person and provide all data in numbers. In a couple of minutes, you will have all measurements right at your hand. You can arrange a remote fitting. If you have a lot of clients from abroad, you do not need to ask them to come to your office. Just use your custom augmented reality tools that will create an avatar after scanning the body of your client and let the client try on new garment and suggest alterations. You will create more customized garments by using augmented reality application. People can perform virtual fitting and select a color of the future garment, the fabric, haberdashery type, and shape, type of threads, etc. Even the look of the piece of clothing can be changed by your client easily. In such a way, you will ensure a more personalized and customer-oriented approach. You will save resources. The augmented reality software can help you with the clothing construction and let you count how much fabric and other materials will be needed. So you will not buy any extra and then throw it all away. This will make your production more eco-friendly and efficient. Speaking about virtual try-on apps and fitting rooms, it should be said that they offer 3D scenarios of these activities. So an augmented reality solution can do the following modernization in fashion areas. Get into avatar. This system creates a virtual body in the form of avatar, which is based on real measurement of the person. Try your on. With the help of the augmented reality application, the customers can wear out the intended garments by themselves and they can judge the suitability of that garments according to their personality in one click of their own device. In a few steps, they can complete this process. Just upload the design into the device, position the camera in front of you, and check the suitability of the garments on yourself. Functioning of garment on body. With the help of this approach, the virtual clothes can be tried on an avatar and then it can be combining with the real physical body. The clothes will show its movement behavior with the movements of the original body too. In that way, a customer can judge the garment's look and its behavior in dynamic position of the physical body of the customer. Virtual prototyping of the fashion product models. Virtual prototyping of the fashion product creation provide high possibilities for design, product development, and marketing process. Fitting of a garment on the body model is an important consideration to create the comfortable product design. Nowadays, the majority of CAD system of garments pattern design have 3D virtual garment simulation software for the prototyping and fit analysis. The garment is composed of 2D patterns and the evolution of garment's fit is performed on 3D human body model, which is also called as avatar, where parametric mannequin or scanned human body represent a virtual body model based on the result of this study and many recent research work. It can assure that virtual prototyping is a promising technique that has a potential to replace traditional methods of the fashion creation prototyping. However, it can be successful only when all specific characteristics of the textile materials and accurate virtual body models to simulate the garment fit are fully taken into account. Product lifecycle management software and advanced tools within today's CAD software enable product designers to test practically every aspect of a product virtually before ever using any physical materials. Now work is being done to get rid of the practically and move towards full. Additive fashion manufacturing. As one of the decade's most exciting manufacturing development, that is the additive manufacturing. Nonetheless, while 3D printing is revolutionizing manufacturing even now, many of the most exciting developments in this field are still to come. With 3D printers gradually decreasing in price, it's not too hard to imagine a future where they are an ubiquitous feature in our homes. In the same way as PCs are today, the 3D printed fashion creation would be commonplace within a decade. Although the rise of additive manufacturing opens up near endless possibilities when it comes to customization. In the future, where people can print their own individually designed fashionable products isn't too far away. This addition method of manufacturing could facilitate the major disruption to the current global supply chain. So the students, the conclusion of all the above discussion is that we can conclude that CAD has already had made major influences on the modernized field of the fashion product design and will continue to do so in the future. Though these modernized techniques we could make people allow getting a garment produced by a company from abroad. That would not be possible if the tailoring stayed traditional. Probably not possible because let's take a fitting. A person requires travel to the designers or tailors too many times. This is inconvenient and also cost and time consuming. That's why many companies initiated the development of their own custom tool for that. Augmented reality technology lets people perform all crucial measurements by scanning their bodies using a smartphone. Then this data can transmit it to the device of a tailor and he could be able to construct the garment and make it suitable for a certain body type. To complete with the other advanced and modernized fashion products, manufacturing industries, we must update our traditional production creation process with the application of latest computer-aided design and manufacturing technologies. Thank you very much for this session.